Welcome to another Best of Steam Next Fest video. Steam Next Fest is a celebration of demos of games that are yet to come out. These are all of my personal favorite demos I tried out. Abulia is a mental illness that has a stronger form of apathy. It's also a video game where you type things and read the story. It's a psychological horror. I believe you play as a character suffering from Abulia, and you try and make them not have a mental breakdown by typing the right words. Death in Abyss is a horror space shooting game, but your spaceship underwater. It's a challenging horror game. Having challenge and horror together is kind of but this one, it's not exactly the horror that appeals to me, it's the combat. I don't like space games where you're like delayed turns. This game, it's like instant and you get to shoot wherever you want to aim, and you can also dodge. No Players Online is a horror game where you play capture the flag by yourself. It totally reminds me of the time this game came out. At that time, I feel like playing capture the flag by yourself actually makes sense. Because I swear I did that in like Halo and stuff. I don't know when it originally came out, this game. It says 2019 on the store page, but I swear there was a game that came out way before 2019 of the name No Players Online. Anyways, this is a horror game where there is a player online, even though it's called No Players Online. Paper Bleed is a psychological horror point-and-click adventure game. This game completely reminds me of Flash games. I forgot what it's called, but it was like of these two kids trapped in a basement or something. Like, everyone my age probably played that game if they owned a computer and played Flash games. That game was awesome. And it reminds me of this. And I do like how easy the puzzles are in this game. They're easy enough to know what to do next. Of course, dying is really easy as well. REANIMAL is a game made by the people who made Little Nightmares. Honestly, I made a video of Little Nightmares 3, and I feel like REANIMAL has more Little Nightmares than Little Nightmares 3, which is kind of funny. This game, I believe, is a completely different story of Little Nightmares, because these big people aren't normal size. You're actually normal size, while the big people are not, unlike Little Nightmares where it's the opposite. What sucks though is the end of the demo is a chase scene, and it cuts you off before the end of the chase scene. At least let me see the end of the chase scene. Whatever game, I still like you anyways. Sleep Awake is a psychedelic psychological horror. The premise seems fun. I feel like there's been something else in media that's about staying awake. Dude, I'm pretty sure it's like a popular movie or something. I can't think of it. Anyways, when I was playing, I felt like I was able to learn as I go. It felt like I had a steady pace of understanding the story. Having that in like a mystery type of story where you don't know what's going on is really important. Where you kind of get bits of information and it doesn't feel like it's just revealing everything. But yeah, I hope this story turns out to be good. Because this game, it's 100% dependent on if the story's good. Especially when the game is being made by Blumhouse. Blumhouse is definitely a hit or miss movie publisher, so we'll have to see. A Slight Chance of Sawblades has like the same progression as Crossy Roads, if you know that game. But the gameplay is awesome. You jump over Sawblades to remove the Sawblades. And that's it. You just dodge Sawblades and jump over Sawblades. I'm pretty sure that's all the game is gonna be. And I'm happy about that. CiniCross is hands down the best nonogram game I've ever played. I usually don't say that in like Steam Next Fest videos, but like really. If you don't want a challenging nonogram game, then it's really not for you, because this game has lots of pressure put onto you. But having pressure does make you better. Honestly, I feel like I've been getting way better at the game just by playing this demo. So it's a roguelite with honestly fun artifacts. The artifacts are like passives they get, and they make the board easier. I should explain, but a nonogram game is Sudoku mixed with Minesweeper. I'm not a fan of Sudoku, but I absolutely love Minesweeper, and this game just feels like a better version of Minesweeper because it adds more complexity and it feels like everything is skill based. Because Minesweeper, it's sometimes luck based. Anyways, Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a beat 'em up where you switch between two characters and try to combo with them. My favorite things have been the animation and like how overexpressive the characters are. The other thing is the voice lines, because if you switch between the other character, they will say something about the character you switch towards, so it really adds something there. I don't like Marvel movies, but there's been a lot of good Marvel games out there, and this one has been promising. Super Beast World is a go fast game where you go fast and kill things, and also go fast. It took me a bit to understand the go fast part and attacking things, but once I got it, it started getting a lot of fun. Initially it was a little annoying because I kept having to go back and attack, but yeah, I guess think of it like Sonic. If you like that type of gameplay, I'd recommend it. Under the Red Sky is a parkour game that reminds me of CSGO surfing. This is the type of game where you optimize your time and just try to be as fast as possible. In other words, speedrun game. I could have just said that initially, but it's too late now. Fish Hunters is a fishing game where you shoot the fish. I honestly love the grind. It sort of reminds me of Roblox Tycoons, where you just like gather up coins and unlock stuff by gathering coins. I didn't really get far into it, so that could potentially be more than just fishing and shooting fish. Half Sword is a medieval arena fighting game where I believe the main appeal is the violence, because to be honest, the combat isn't really that fun for me. I feel like all you need to do is just swing your mouse left and right and then you kill them. But yeah, I like to think of it as a sandboxy gore game, I guess. Also, I like medieval combat. That's always a fun touch. Summit Drive, a game by Luke Kim, is a game by Luke Kim, who made a rage game. If you know of Enviro Bear 2000, it's just like that, but as a rage game. That's pretty much it. Because if you fall, you'll just have to drive back up. Winnie's Hole is a turn-based roguelite where you're some sort of infestation inside Winnie the Pooh. It's a psychological horror, but the main appeal is the turn-based stuff. I really like that you kind of play Tetris to attack enemies and go through each level. WTF am I playing is, I believe, a boomer shooter with very unique weapons. I really loved meleeing chickens. It was a lot of fun seeing them just getting pushed away. And I love how it introduced every new weapon. They felt very unique from each other. And it's definitely a game not meant to be serious, especially with the title of it. And it does remind me of 77p Egg Wife, and that's a compliment. Crashout Crew is basically Overcooked but with forklifts. The controls are wacky, and hitting anything causes chaos, and that can be a big problem and annoying. You could also probably lose friends playing this. Who knows? But I like the gameplay loop. I can definitely see endgame of this being really fun, where you're just totally maximizing boosts and teleporters and stuff like that. And the management and playing with friends could also eventually get to be really neat and tidy. I honestly see more in this game than Overcooked, but we'll have to see on release. Final Sentence is a typing battle royale game. If you know of like the Pac-Man battle royale or Tetris battle royale, it's similar to that, but typing, where the fastest typer wins, And if you do 3 mistakes, you have a chance of dying early. There's one thing I don't like, and it's that you queue up against people, not your skill range. It's just any skill range. So I just go up against people with 125 words per minute. I hope they change that. But for a typing game, this game is super stressful. I'd say a different type of stress compared to blood typers. I love blood typers, but sometimes I just panic randomly. This game, you're always panicking, I think. Because a single mistake can kill you. Jackbox Party Pack 11 had 2 separate games you can try out, and they were both fun. This is their first time ever doing a voice thing, and I think they did it well. It reminds me of the Whose Line Is It Anyway type of thing, where they overdub their lips or whatever. But in this one, you have zero clue what the prompt is. You kind of just say a voice that they tell you to make. It's silly. And then the other one, I'd say is similar to Quiplash, but I actually like it. I don't like Quiplash, but this one seems better, I think. Also, I forgot to record my play session, so I just had to show the menu. Sorry about that. The U Quiz is a party get to know you game. This game could be a nice icebreaker if you ever want to ice break over a video game. You play lots better if you know that person, and honestly, you could probably make friends with this game. You could also do the opposite. You could probably insult someone with your answer. It's possible. Ultimate Sheep Raccoon is Ultimate Chicken Horse, but with bikes. My favorite thing to do in these games is to make sure nobody gets the finish line. And this game still has that, so I'm happy. What you do is place traps and also rails, and then you try to race. Cairn, or Cairn, is a climbing survival game. Out of all the climbing games I've played, this one has like the most simulating feeling. It feels like actually climbing a mountain. I'm not sure if there's real techniques because I'm not a mountain climber, but from what it looks like, it looks like what a mountain climber would be doing. I don't know. I have a feeling that like later in the game, I really hope they try to make this game as impossible as possible. I want to feel like it's impossible to win this game, because this just seems like the perfect game for that. Everwind is a survival crafting, ship building adventure game. My biggest enjoyment I had was honestly the ship building and excavating islands. Comparing to Minecraft, this game I feel like requires a lot more grind to be able to do what you want. But I honestly like it that way, because for example, if you break a block, you don't get that block, you get like a resource of that block. So if you break dirt, you get dirt chunks, and you need like 4 dirt chunks to make 1 block. But I like it that way. And ship building sounds insanely unrestrictive. Like, you could build while the ship is moving. You can do like anything while the ship is moving on your boat, and I love it that way. And the sounds make it so much better. I feel like the sounds itself makes it feel real, makes it feel immersive. Identifile is a mouse-only game that's quite unique. It's a bullet hell roguelite, but the thing I enjoy the most is how every cursor in the game, I've only played with 3, you can have 4 in the demo, but each one plays very differently. Like the one you start with, you draw circles to do damage. Another, you have to be close to the enemy to do damage, and my favorite is the clicking one, because it's super dangerous, but as long as you click fast, you can do the most damage. OPUS Prism Peak is a story-rich camera game. It reminds me a ton of Ghibli studio movies, and it honestly gives me nostalgia of like Totoro, because that movie had like very similar vibes. Oh, same as Spirited Away, especially the start of that, because this game has like spiritual animals they talk to and take pictures of and get to know, and I feel like it's all a metaphor. I'm not too sure, but like that's what I'm assuming. Yeah, it seems like a great story. I'm saying that as someone that doesn't even pay attention to stories in video games, so that's probably like the biggest compliment for me. Rubinite is a dash attack, then dash attack type of game. It's actually fun though. The smashes feel very satisfying, and even though the store page says it's Souls-like, it does not feel Souls-like. It feels more ARPG, and I'm not even a fan of Souls-like, so like, it's probably not Souls-like if I like it. Heck, if you call this game Souls-like, call any boss game Souls-like. Terraria, Toho, Geometry Dash. Alright, controversial take out of the way. The Crazy Hyper Dungeon Chronicles is a RPG top-down turn-based game. If you know anything about Barony or like just complex RPGs that are in dungeons, it's just like that. On this game, I couldn't get past the tutorial. I feel like the whole game is a tutorial. It's so long. But I kind of don't, because I want to do that when the full game releases. Also, the text is pretty funny, just to add. Welcome to my outro. This Steam Next Fest was pretty fun. Compared to all the others, or like the recent ones I've done, all these demos feel like they're fully fleshed out. They're almost ready for release, at least with all the ones I reviewed. Last time I was able to check out every Steam Next Fest game, but this time I got down to like 1,100 games and I just gave up on looking at them. I think this time there's been a lot more. I haven't really been looking at the numbers on how many games there are on the Steam Next Fest. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you forever. Bye bye.